Here is question 3. So complete our table, and including simplifying if possible. Okay, so the first one, 20%. So when I go from a percentage to a decimal, then I want to take that 20% and ignore the percent sign. So I take the 20% sign off. The decimal would normally go after this. It would be 20 point something. So I'm then going to move that decimal over 2 spaces, and that becomes 0.2 as a decimal. Now, as we want to convert that into a fraction, so the percentage just means 20 over 100, because that's what the percent is per 100. And I now need to simplify that. So 20 over 100 is the same as I can divide top and bottom by 10, for example, and that would give me 2 over 10, and I can then divide that by 2, and that would give me 1 over 5. So that is our simplified fraction, is 1 over 5. The next one, I've got a decimal of 0.03. So to turn that into a percentage, I'm going to take that little decimal point and move that decimal point over 2 spaces. So that's going to become 3%. To turn that into a fraction, 3 per 100. Okay, so 4/5. So what I can do to turn that into a percentage, I can either do a division, or in this particular one it's a nice number, so I can actually do this by trying to convert that into an equivalent fraction where the denominator is 100. So think about 5 times what is equal to 100, and 5 times 20 is equal to 100. So I want to multiply the top by 20 as well. So 4 times 20 is 80 over 100. Now that I have that as per 100, as a percentage, it's simply 80%. So 80 per 100. As a decimal, we again take the value of 80, there's a decimal point, move that decimal point over 2 spaces, 0.8. Now I have 1.25 as a decimal, so this is over 1 now. So that when I now convert that to a percentage, I need to move that decimal place over 2 spaces. That's going to become 125%. To turn that into a fraction is 125 divided by 100, 125 per 100. And then I need to simplify that. So 125 over 100. So let's divide top and bottom by 25 actually. So 125 divided by 25 is 5, and 100 divided by 25 is 4. So we could leave this as 5 over 4, or you could do it as 1 1/4. I would accept either of those. The next one, 12.5%. So as a decimal, move that decimal point over 2 spaces, 0.125. To turn it into a fraction, so we want to write it as 12.5 over 100, but we can't now mix decimals and fractions like that, so we now need to simplify. So let's multiply that top and bottom by 2, and that's going to give me 25 over 200. And now I need to simplify that as much as possible. So let's divide top and bottom by 5, and that's going to give me 5 over 20, and now let's divide that top and bottom by 5 again, and that's going to give me 1 over 4. Sorry, hang on, I've made a mistake in here. Let me go back. It's not 200 divided by 5 is going to be 80. Sorry, 40. I'm having a bad day. 200 divided by 5 is 40. So now when I divide that both top and bottom by 5, that's going to give me 1 over 8. So there's my answer there of 1 over 8. And lastly, I want to convert 2/3 into a percentage. So what I need to do with this one is I actually need to do this as a division. So I'm just going to rub those ones out. And so if I have 2 over 3, what I want to know is how many times does 3 divide into 2? Now I can put as many zeros as I want after the decimal. So I can't do 3's into 2, but I can do 3's into 20. And 3's divided into 20 is 6, and 6 times 3 is 18, so that's a remainder of 2. Then we do that again. 3's into 20, 6 with a remainder of 2. 3's into 20, 6 with a remainder of 2, and so on. So if I put my decimal point at the start, the 6's are going to keep continuing on. So as a decimal, that would be 0.666 recurring, and I don't mind if you just have 1 6 here or 2 6's as long as you put that dot above it. So now to convert that into a percentage, move that decimal point over 2 spaces, and that will become 66.6% recurring.